Welcome to the channel, Carbon's DIY Garage. Today we are on the 2000 Subaru Impreza EJ25 engine. It's the 4-cylinder, and we are looking at the knock sensor. When it rains, we get knock sensor codes. I forget which one of the three, but we get knock sensor codes, and when the rain stops, it dries out, the code goes away. And the reason for that, you can see it right there. The sensor housing is cracked on both sides from age. I don't know if it's original or not, but it's definitely old. That will cause the sensor to malfunction when it gets wet, and we need to replace it. Unlike with the 6-cylinder, where you have to remove the intake manifold, for the 4-cylinder, you can get to it without having to remove anything. It's it's on the driver's side. It's the throttle body right there with your accelerator and cruise control cables, and it's right down there. You can get a tool down here. It's going to be a 12mm socket. Obviously, need some light. And before you take it apart, take a look at how that harness pigtail right here is oriented. You can see that there's a structure right back here. It's actually right up against that structure, and it's between this bolt and that structure. It has to be oriented just like that when you put it in. So take a picture or take note of it before you pull it out. I've got a 12mm socket on a 6-inch extension to get the bolt out. It's torqued to around 17 foot-pounds, so it shouldn't be in there that hard. Just go ahead and back the bolt out, and the sensor should come off the block. And then you just have the white connector there to disconnect the electrical connection, and you can pull the sensor out. To disconnect the electrical connector, you push down on the tab on the wire harness attached to the car and just pull the wire harness out of the pigtail on the sensor. Here's a comparison of old versus new, and that's the part number I'm installing. It's genuine Subaru part. Of course, get the right part number for your make and model of vehicle. Here's the old one, and you can see that it is cracked on both sides across the top and around the sides. You can see inside the piezoelectric device in there, it's got some rust on it, so definitely needs to go. Was only a problem for us when we were driving in the rain, not continuously, but it's not good to let this thing just go until it fails completely when it's damaged like that. So this is the new one, no cracks, really good shape. I'm gonna go throw this in the car. It goes in the same way it came out. So the sensor does sit directly on top of the block, and you can see when you remove the sensor, you can see there's a nice flat surface there for it. I'd recommend you clean that off, get it nice and clean before you put the new sensor in, just to make sure it's got a good flat surface to rest on. Put the bolt through the hole, get the bolt started, then make sure your pigtail's lined up just like it was when you took it off. Then run that bolt all the way down, torque it to 24 Newton meters or 17 foot-pounds or 205 inch-pounds. And then once you've got the bolt tightened down, then you can go ahead and make the electrical connector and you're complete. But that torquing is really important because this is how it knows and is calibrated on measuring the knock or non-knock of your engine. Some final tips and tricks when you're installing this to make life easier. Weave the sensor back behind the hose first. Don't do the electrical connector first, do that last. Weave it behind and then stick it back down through, and it'll actually go kind of under the intake. That's okay. But use the end of the electrical pigtail. Twisting that will help you twist the actual sensor so that it'll sit flat against the engine. It kept wanting to sit sideways on me, but if I maneuver this, then that would actually let the bolt hole line up. Then getting the bolt down in there and using the bolt to help catch it on the thread and getting it started. And finally, the angle of this, really, it just needs to sit up against this metal structure. So, I ran the bolt halfway down and then just kind of pushed it, turned it so that it was up against the red clip that you can't see in the video, but you can see it when you get the part, is up against this metal. That is all you need to do. Tighten it down, then torque it, and then make your electrical connector good to go. It's a really simple, straightforward replacement on the 4-cylinder. It's apparently much more difficult on the 6-cylinder because you have to take off the intake manifold. But for the 4-cylinder vehicles, hopefully this is helpful, and you get rid of that knock sensor code. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below. Thanks for watching. Till the next video, y'all take care and have a good one.